Hey guys, what's going on? This is your host Willie Stimmich. Welcome to the Mid-State League Weekly, covering Harvest Preparatory School athletics, keeping you updated on all things Harvest Prep, and we'll be taking you around the Mid-State League. But today we're going to change this up a little bit. Our sports season is slowly winding down to the end. Yesterday, all the state finals was yesterday, so there's no more basketball, girls or boys. So we're going to try to dive into some baseball, maybe some track and field. We'll see where we go with this. Yeah, I'm your host, Willie Stimmich. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hey, you can follow me on Twitter at MSL Weekly. Give us a follow, give us a shout, tweet the show. Hit me up on Instagram at Willie Stimmich Photography, on Facebook.com/Willie's Picks, or just drop me an email at mslweekly@gmail.com or info4willie@gmail.com. First segment, we're going to just take you to the shot and let you see who took what state, Division 1, 2, 3, and 4, who won, who lost, some stats about that game. And second segment, we'll be taking you around the league. I think there was some game yesterday in the Mid-State League baseball, so we will take you around the league. And, of course, the third segment, we'll be closing out with some announcements and things of that nature. So with that being said, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. Okay, guys, thank you guys for jumping back in. Hey, let's get it going. Let's get it moving. Let's get it popping. Let's get it cracking. We're about to get into this first segment, which is we're going to take you down to the shot and let you see what went on in case you didn't make it. This is how it went down. Your Division 1, boys 2007 Division 1 state champion, it was Massillon Jackson. They beat Archbishop Moeller 39-38 at the Schottenstein Center. Logan Hill led the way. This guy has, Massillon Jackson. Logan Hill had 12 points, and he led the way for Massillon Jackson, which went on to capture the Division 4 state title. Massillon Jackson, they were 4-8 percentage-wise. Field goal percentage, they was 4-8 in the first quarter, only 50%. So they wasn't really shooting that well. 3-point field goals, they was 50% from the 3-point line. Field goals, they was 100%. They hit all their free throws. They was pretty solid right there in the first quarter. But and then they really captured this game. It was 11,750 people at this game. It was really, really packed house. So they really came to see these guys play. For the Archbishop Moeller, Keenan McDowell led the way with 14 points. He was 5 for 10 from the field goals, 5 for 10 from the shooting the basketball. He's 5 out of 10. 3 points, he was 2 for 4 from 3-point line. Field goals, he was 2 of 2, so he made all his free throws. Total rebounds, defensive rebounds, he had 8. Offensive rebounds, he didn't have any. And total points, he had 14. He scored. He played 31 minutes. He had one steal and 2 turnovers. And no block shots. So he was pretty solid. And Miles McBride was second on it. He was really the lead scorer. He had 15 points. He was 7-11 from the field. 0 for 1 from 3-point line. He was 1-3 from his out his field goals. His free throws, he shot 1 out of 3. Offensive rebounds, he had 5. Defensive rebounds, he had 4. He had a total of 9 rebounds. He had a total of 15 points. He had 2 steals, 2 blocks, 3 turnovers, and 1 assist. and he played 32 minutes. So he was the backbone of Bishop Moeller. But like I said, your final score 39-38. Massillon Jackson beat Archbishop Moeller for the Division I state championship. And pretty packed house out there watching that game. It was real packed. Let me take you to Division II, and this is the game I really enjoyed this game. But Akron St. Vincent St. Mary took on Wauseon, and this is a school that beat Eastmoor Academy. And I thought they was going to, come to play when they played these guys, but they didn't really. They just pulled away in the second quarter. So St. Vincent St. Mary 45, Wauseon 30. That attendance was 11,928 people was at this game. This is about the biggest turnout of this Saturday. So they really came to see some good basketball, and these teams they put on a good performance. Leading the way for St. Vincent St. Mary was Javon Graves. This guy was money. 25 points. He was 10 out of 18 from the field, 2 of 5 from 3-point line. He was 3 or 4 of his free throws, so he didn't really miss but 1 out of 4 shots. 2 offensive rebounds, 4 defensive rebounds. He had a total of 6 rebounds, 25 points, 1 assist, 1 turnover, 1 block, 7 steals. He played 30 minutes. He played almost the whole game. And Jonathan Williams is his buddy. Good point guard. He only scored 5 points, but this guy had 3 assists. He turned the ball over twice. He had 1 steal, and he only had 5 points. The rest of these guys was in single digits. They didn't even crack the double-digit lead. And then for Wauseon, Austin Rotroff, I guess that's how you pronounce it. He led the way with 18 points. This guy, he was 8 for 10 from the field. No 3-pointers. He was 2 of 8 out of his free throws, and that's what killed Wauseon. They missed a lot of free throws, a lot of turnovers. Look at it. The first quarter, they were 50% from the field. They were 100% from the 3-point line. They made all 3-pointers. They were 40%. 3-pointers, it was 100%. So they made all the 3-pointers they shot. But they free throws, they were 40% from the free throw line, 2 of 5 in the first quarter. In the second quarter, they didn't even shoot free throws. The third quarter, they was 0 of 1. And the fourth quarter, it was 2 of 7. But 28.6%. That's pretty. You got to learn to shoot your free throws. But, all said and done, St. Vincent St. Mary won the Division II state championship, 45-30 over Wauseon. And then your D3, the Division III state championship, Cleveland Villangela St. Joseph took on Roger Bacon. That score was 50. Cleveland Villangela St. Joseph 54, Roger Bacon 52. And pretty good contest here. Jerry Higgins for Villangela St. Joseph led the way with 16. Alfonso Gaffney chipped in 12 points, and he played 32 minutes. And Jerry Higgins played 29 minutes. Alonzo Gaffney was 5 of 10 from the field, 0 of 1 of 3-point line. He was 2 of 4 from the free throws. He had 5 also offensive rebounds, 5 defensive rebounds. He had a total of 10 rebounds. He was a beast on the boards. Total blocks, he had 2, 1 steal. Total of 32 minutes played, and he scored 12 points. And for your losers, Roger Bacon, Alex Priam had 12. James Johnson had 13. And the rest Justin Johnson had 14 to lead the way for Roger Bacon, which fell to Cleveland Villangela St. Joe. That attendance was only 8,712 people came to watch this game. And, Cleveland and Villangela St. Joe is your Division III state champions in boys basketball. And last but not least, your Division IV state champions, goes to Lutheran East. They beat Wellington 43-38. And Jordan Bird led the way with 13 points. He played 23 minutes. He was 6 of 13 from the field. He didn't make no 3-pointers. He was 1-1 from the free throw. He had 3 offensive rebounds, 1 defensive rebounds, a total of 4 rebounds. He had 3 assists, 3 turnovers, no blocks, 4 steals. So he played a pretty good game for Lutheran East. And all the other guys was in single digits. And for the losers, Wellington, they're not losers. They lost this game, but they're a total solid. They're a solid bunch. They were led by Dustin Harden. Harden scored 14 points. He was 6 of 13 from the field. He didn't make any 3-pointers. He was 2 of 2 for the free throws. He was perfect. 5 offensive rebounds, 6 defensive rebounds. He had a total of 11 rebounds. And he had 2, 3. He turned it over 3 times, but he was a catalyst. Solomon Louis Pierre and Dallas Patrick, those guys was in single digits. But the winners of Lutheran East, they went on to defeat, and they are your Division IV state champions. Let's get another one in before we go to the break. Some of your awards for the Mid-State League, not Mid-State League, but your Division IV. Some of your awards for the Division IV. Matt Bailey for Grove City Christian. He was the first team on the Associated Press All-Ohio Division IV basketball team. And these selections were based on recommendations by a statewide media panel. The 5'10" Bailey averaged 18.7 points a game, 5.7 rebounds a game, and 5.8 assists a game in the regular season for the Grove City Eagles, who got bounced in the tournament to Portsmouth Clay. And he made your first team all Division IV. Jared Jubiat, Mansfield St. Peter, he was selected Player of the Year. Adam Betin of Portsmouth Clay and Matt Tabler of the runner-up Lima Perry, they shared the Coach of the Year in D4. Dustin Harden, Wellington, 6'9" senior, made it. He was named second team along with Shaylin Wall of Harvest Prep. Dustin Harden averaged 13.8 points a game and 9.2 rebounds a game, while Shaylin Wall averaged 16.8 points a game, 3.3 steals per assists per game. And on your third team, Devin Pearl of Cardian made the third team. He averaged 18 points a game, 8.5 rebounds a game, and 3.5 steals a game. And there you have it. You're all District 4, your leaders in District 4. Hey, let's take a quick break. When we come back, we're gonna just dive into some baseball action around the league yesterday. A lot of games. This is the Mid-State League Weekly. My name is Willie Stimmage. Hey guys, thank you for tuning back in. This is the Mid-State League Weekly. I'm your host, Willie Stimmage. Let's take you around the league. Take you around the Mid-State League. Baseball. I'm surprised that I'm saying that, but it is baseball season. So, this is what you have. Basketball season's over, football season's over, so we enter the baseball season. Mid-State League Baseball yesterday, Saturday, March 25th. Just give you a couple of updates here. Fairfield Christian took on Westerville South. And Westerville South defeated them 10-0, I think is what it is. Yeah, 10-0. Westerville South had 12 hits versus Fairfield Christian 1 hit. And Fairfield Christian had 3 errors in that game. So some sloppy baseball. But, it's the first game of the year early in the season. I think they were turning it around. So that final score was 10-0, Westerville South over Fairfield Christian. Your other scores here, Miller defeated Miller's Port 8-5. And there were 10 hits by Miller versus Miller's Port only had 6 hits. And this game was like a 7-inning game. That Fairfield Christian game was in 6 innings, but this was 7 innings, and there were no errors in that game. But Miller defeated Miller's Port 8-5. Moving right along, Fisher Catholic took on Newark Catholic. Your final score: Newark Catholic 4. Fisher Catholic 1, and Fisher Catholic had 10 hits in that game and only scored 1 run. It's hard to say that, and hard to believe that, rather. But Newark Catholic had 6 hits in that game, and Fisher Catholic had 4 errors. You got to clean that up in order to win your games. Bern Union took on Centerburg. Centerburg defeated Bern Union 11-5. Centerburg had 12 hits. Bern Union had 1 error in that game and couldn't come back from it. Grove City Christian took on Grandview. Your final score: Grove City Christian 13, Grandview 6. Grandview had 3 errors in that game, had 5 hits in that game, and which made your final score 13-6. Grove City Christian. Those are all the baseball scores I have. Harvest Prep took on East Knox. There were no scores to report. I didn't get it. I didn't get no report, so I don't know what the score is. I don't even know if they won the game, but they play East Knox Saturday, and I guess I will have the scores a little later, but don't have none right now. And let's take another quick break, and when we come back, it's gonna be like a short show, so we're gonna wrap it up in a few minutes. So with that being said, this is the Mid-State League Weekly. My name is Willie Stimmich. All right, people, we're back, and this is the last segment. So thank you guys for tuning in. You can tweet the show at MSL Weekly, or just drop me an email, infoforwillie@gmail.com, or mslweekly@gmail.com. And, like to hear your feedback, like to know what you're thinking, and, and maybe we can interact and connect and, share each other's ideas. Hey, let me just take you through this last segment, give you some announcements of what's going on in this upcoming week. For Harvest Prep, here's your announcements. March the 27th, middle school softball versus Millersport. That game will be at Harvest Prep. March 28th, middle school softball will play Rosemore. That game is at Rosemore's from Whitehall, out of Whitehall. And that game will be played at Harvest Prep. March the 29th, varsity fast pitch softball versus Patriot Prep. That game is at Harvest Prep also. And March the 30th, varsity fast-pitch softball versus Delaware Christian. That game is at Delaware. And March the 31st, varsity baseball versus Burn Union. That game will be at Harvest Prep. All right, for Millersport, Monday, March 27th, that's tomorrow, 5:15, Liberty Union will come to your place and play you. And Liberty Union will be at Millersport tomorrow at 5:15. And on Friday, March 31st, 5:15, Fairfield Christian Academy will be playing at Millersport. All right, for Grove City Christian, tomorrow, March 27th, 5 p.m., Adena High School will be at Grove City Christian. Thursday, March 30th, at 5 o'clock, West Jefferson, Grove City Christian will be taking on West Jefferson, and that game will be at West Jefferson. And Friday, March 31st, 5:15, Grove City Christian will take on Fisher Catholic at Fisher Catholic. And Saturday, April the 1st, 11 a.m., Grove City Christian will be taking on Fairbanks High School, and that game will be at Grove City Christian. That is a doubleheader. One game is at 11, and one game is at 1 p.m. And their opponents will be Fairbanks High, and that game will be at Grove City Christian. Fisher Catholic, here's your updates. Friday, March 24th, varsity softball scrimmage will play Fairfield Union at 5 p.m. And Saturday, March the 25th, varsity baseball will be at Newark Catholic at 11 a.m. JV baseball versus Newark Catholic at 11 a.m. Varsity softball doubleheader. They will be at Newark Catholic 11 a.m. Boys and girls track at Marysville. That meet will start at 12 p.m. On Monday, March 27th, JV baseball will be at Amanda Clear Creek 5:15 p.m. and varsity baseball will be hosting Amanda Clear Creek at 5:15. Tuesday, March 28th, boys and girls track will be at Millersport 4:30, and JV baseball versus Grove City Christian at home at 5:15 at Fisher Catholic at 5:15. And then on Wednesday, March 29th, varsity softball will be at Wellington School 5:15 p.m. and varsity baseball will be at Wellington School 5:15 p.m. Thursday, March 30th, JV baseball will be at Licking Valley at 5 p.m. And on Friday, March 31st, varsity baseball versus Grove City Christian 5:15 p.m. Varsity softball versus Grove City Christian. And then on Saturday, boys and girls track will be at Rocky Brand Track and Field Invitational at 9:30. JV and varsity softball doubleheader at Licking Heights, 11 a.m. and 12:30 p.m. Those are your Fisher Catholic. Well, I have one more for Fisher Catholic. Annual fund giving. We'll always rehearse this because it's a good program and you need to give. Annual fund giving for Fisher Catholic, grounded in faith, growing to serve. Your donation will help keep the Fisher Catholic legacy deeply rooted in our community. Your participation is greatly appreciated and is valuable. So that's your announcement there. For Fairfield Christian, tomorrow, March 27th, 5 p.m., Nelsonville York High School, Fairfield Christian will be playing at Nelsonville York. And on Tuesday, March 28th, 5:15, Fairfield Christian will be playing Liberty Union at Liberty Union. And on Thursday, March the 30th, 5 o'clock p.m., Fairfield Christian Academy will be playing Westerville South High School at Westerville South. And Friday, March 31st at 5:15 p.m., Fairfield Christian will be taking on Millersport High School at Millersport. And then on Saturday at 10:30 a.m., Northridge High School is where Fairfield Christian will be playing at Northridge. So, and then I have one more. Burn Union High School, tomorrow, 5:15 p.m., you will be playing Chillicothe High School at Burn Union. And then on Thursday, March 30th, 5:15 p.m., Fairfield Union School will be taking on Burn Union at Burn Union. Saturday, April 1st, 11 a.m. This is a doubleheader, 11 a.m. and 1 p.m. Burn Union will be taking on Central Crossing High School at Burn Union. So they have a doubleheader at 11 a.m. and 1 p.m. Hey, guys, that's a wrap. That's all we got for today. And this has been the Mid-State League Weekly. Thank you guys for tuning in. I want to thank the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Prep Sports Writers Association for allowing me to bring a podcast to shed light on the Mid-State League. Thank you guys for listening. We'll thank you guys for your feedback. And we'll thank you so much. Hey, this has been a wrap for today. My name is Willie Stimmage, and we're going to just get out of here, and we'll see you guys next week. Hey, guys, have a great week. Thank you guys for listening again, and we'll see you next week.